Hello, Queens. So today we're going to be talking about what's the difference from casual relationship, intimacy-wise, and intimacy, the deep transformation where it's like soul sucking kind of thing. So we're going to be talking about astrology, which is the 5th house and the 8th house, and the big difference between the two of them as well. And if somebody's going to give you a booty call based on these time, they're most likely wanting either the 5th house or the 8th house. So stay tuned for that. That being said, I want to make a disclaimer right now. I'm going to be showing some adult toys as well. Handheld, obviously. I'm going to be demoing it in front of you guys here. If that's something more appropriate for you, continue on watching. Otherwise, I got plenty other videos as well. So stay tuned. Hi, if you don't know who I am, I'm Cindy V. King. I'm a creator of Calling My King. I help transform a woman to create lasting love through Vedic astrology, neuroscience, and transactional analysis so that she becomes the queen of love. And today we're going to be specifically talking about what's the difference from the 5th house and the 8th house, but they call it sex house in general, and I want to know the difference between the two. You're in the right spot. I also want to thank you, WeVibe, as well, to actually be sponsoring this video today to help me to create a lot of pleasure in your own home as well. So anything that I'm talking about today, there will be a link down below. I make a small commission out of this, obviously, and most of the time I kind of make a donation out of it. So but the charity that I get to select as well. So it will be supporting other women as well. Okay, so let's get started and let's talk about the 5th house. The 5th house is the house of fun, happiness, joy, excitement, and it's like, it really it glows up your heart, right? If you are taking care of your 5th house, you are taking care of your 6th house, right? It's a house of health. What's the point of being on this earth if we're not having happiness and pleasure in general? Here's the thing about the 5th house. It's also the house of making children too. So you got to find joy to actually create children, right? Maybe some people disagree, but that's why the 5th house exists. If you don't have the 5th house, then you're going to have problems in the 6th house. It's really interestingly enough that I have seen charts of mothers, okay? Mothers can, even single mother is allowed to have pleasure in her life. It is absolutely normal and acceptable in today's society to take time for yourself. Okay, so that means that between 8 to 10 p.m., that's when that's the 5th house activation that's happening. That's a great time to actually pull up your interests and hobbies and fun things that you like to do. If you get booty calls or going on dates between 8 and 10, you know that there is a good chance it is a casual relationship, and that could be just being casually intimacy. Actually, leave a comment down below. I want to hear your story between, if any of your dates or whoever you got together with between 8 and 10 p.m. that was the booty call. Okay? I want you to prove this whole thing. I really want to test this out as well. So that is the house of activation. The 5th house is more of a casual, fun sex that you have with another human being, right? It's just fun. It's very light. There's nothing really big, a big deal, like a big transformation that actually happens. But if you are wanting that big, deep intimacy that you can get naked with someone in your bathtub, or even like willingly to share a bank account or bank card, or even like their phone code as well. Can you ever realize any of that factor? Any of it? Could you do it, right? My biggest thing is between the house is from 2 to 4 p.m. This is the house is being activated, which is your 8th house. The 8th house, people tend to get scared of it, and I understand why, because sometimes you have to do your tax return and you don't know what's the end of owing as well. And it's also the house of sharing your finance with your significant other. When I say significant other, are you willing to share bank account with them? What is your biggest, deepest, scariest fear that you might have? That is the 8th house, okay? Are you willingly get naked with somebody you just met in the tub and willingly give your financial statement and bank card to them? That is the 8th house factor. So when it comes to sexual intimacy in this level, it is a big, naked soul, I don't know, vampy love that you might have with this human being. So that being said, anybody who has gone on a date between 2 to 4 p.m. and had a whole deep, intimate relationship and found out that this person was somebody I was willingly share my whole deep secret or even deep sexual intimacy and changing that. You know, the more I study about human sexuality, about orgasm, the orgasm happens in the 8th house. If you have any sort of blockage about orgasm, this is where it's going to show up in the chart. It's not going to show up so much in the 5th house. It is going to show up in the 8th house. Orgasm is almost like life breath taken away. I know I'm a little bit dramatizing it a little bit, but that is the matter of fact here. That being said, on a lighter note, if you're having an intimate relationship or even a casual relationship, pulling out toys is something that you want to introduce or have a conversation with. I have 2 toys that I want to introduce to my queens here. If orgasm is a problem, or it's been a challenge for you, or there's a blockage or a barrier, or you don't know where to start with, and maybe you're a career woman, maybe you're a traveling career woman, and you want to get things started. They have a quote that says, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Well, the matter of the fact, that doesn't work in that way. I think our human being, everything works down there. And if everything is healthy and it's fine, you are more than welcome to use these. These toys here that I have is called by WeVibe. This is called a Tangle. I actually had to open them up to charge them as well. So this is a Tangle, if you can see that product right there. Doesn't see my hand. Okay, perfect. And this is a Tangle. This is a great starter kit, okay? I think it's a great starter because it's small and it's compact. So just opening it up here, this is a Tangle, right? If everybody got the new version of, I feel like a product like user here. There you go. That's a Tangle, right? That's how small it is compared to my hand. You can see that as well. But that is a Tangle, and the Tangle is going to showcase exactly how to turn it on. There is great instructions here. If you guys can see that, it's kind of have to cover my face a little bit there. And this is really great for a little starter. You can travel with it. Inside the kit, okay, this is a kit, what does it look like? You open it up, okay, there's a lid. There should be a bag that comes here. It's just a nice silk bag there. There's also a water-based lube. It has to be a water-based lube because you don't want to be contacting any silicone that is not water-based because it'll just melt right off, okay? This runs by batteries as well, and here's the charger. You can see the charger for this. And it's easy to charge. All you have to do is just click through it. That's it. You guys can see that right there. Okay, So that is easy to charge, and it just has an ending right there. You can just charge it on, just have a plug-in. You can plug it on your computer if that's the case. So how do I test if this toy or this, what I would recommend you doing is, this is the palm of your hand. That's the most sensitive part. You can just turn it on and just play around with that, right? You can put this around your clitoris. That's totally fine, around it or over it. There's obviously a plus button, a negative button that controls the vibration that happens. So you have full control of it. There is different types of vibration that actually does happen here. And this can show already right here. All the instructions are right here as well. So you don't have to remember or worry about it. So you can see that right there as well. So that kind of clearly states that. The great part about this, there is a little bit of silicone on the very top now so that you don't have your hand feeling numb. So the great thing about this toy is either you can charge it, you can travel with it. That is one big thing that you can do. If you used to have the Tango, the original, which is all completely like plastic all through, but now they added the silicone and it's easy to charge as well. There you go. You can see that. You can see the plus sign and you can see the negative sign, and if my camera lets me show you it. But it's a great toy to start off with. There's many levels that you can, 7 levels of the type of vibration. So there's a pulse one, obviously there's the teaser, there's the waver, there's the tempo, there's a heartbeat, there's also the cha-cha. So that's something that I want to introduce to my queens, who is definitely is interested in something a little bit smaller. So I would say this toy would be more of the 5th house per se. This is self-pleasuring. Also, you can introduce it and it's not scary compared to other bigger toys. And if you're already looking for an upgrade, we're going to go to the 8th house factor. So that being said, let's move on to the next toy. Okay. I would say if you already looking for an upgrade, something bigger and better, I would say the 8th house factor is one of them. This is what I call the 8th house factor. If you can see it right here. There you go. Showing my face here. The Novia, yeah. So this is a bigger toy. This also stimulates internally, right? And also on the very top of your clitoris as well. I know that some of you might not know the anatomy, but let's learn together as well. So I'm going to open it up for you, and it's going to work the same way. So it works. The best part about this toy here that you can see right here, if it's like going to focus here, it also operates on your phone as well. You can control this on your phone, the vibration on the phone. So this is different from the Tango. The Tango doesn't do that, but this can. Like I said, if you're introducing it to your partner for the first time, let them know how to work with this and how to have fun, right? And what's in it for you. So this is also operating in Bluetooth. This is how fancy this thing is. And this is what it looks like. So that is where internally it's going to go, the bigger part's going to go inwards and the smaller part's going to go right on top of your clitoris. So that's really fun and dandy as well. It works the same way about charging it. So here's the charger, and it's just right on top of it, right there. Ta-da! That's how it clicks on, and you can charge it on your either your desktop, or if you have an external plug, you can do that as well. This is a little bit more the 8. I would say this is more of the 8th house factor. Yes, this is more of the big intimate accent. It works the same way with the Tango as well. So I'm going to open it up as well to let you know what's in there as well, the case. So you're obviously going to be using water-based lube for this, right? It has a nice bag that you can put it in as well. And it feels like linen to me on this one, but it's a really nice bag, so you can actually put your toy in there once you're done. You can also, how to clean it, you don't put it in the dishwasher, you just water and soap, and that's how you sanitize it. And that's how you put it in a bag, and once you're done, you can It's done, sanitized. You can put it back in the bag and it looks like this, right? Nobody knows what it is. Nobody knows. It just says WeVibe. Years ago, I actually spoke on behalf of them on the stage. So who knows? Maybe COVID is out and I might be back on stage again. See all the instruction here. I'm going to quickly go over it with you right here. There's also a barcode in the back here. You can actually find information about that. So Nonstop Pleasure, this is all about them. I really would say you can actually put this in your bag, which is interesting enough. But like I said, Bluetooth is required. You have to hold, the biggest challenge about this toy is you have to hold it down for 5 seconds. It's not like you push a button and it starts going for you. You actually have to hold it down. It does last for 2 hours. Okay, so this is the whole new update. After 90 minutes of charging it, that's what it's going to take you. It takes about 90 minutes to charge it. And yes, there's many ways that you can have this hook. There's all great instructions on here as well. The best part about this toy here, like I was demoing a little bit earlier, how you have to put it in your thumb right here, so you have an idea about the vibration. I do not want to see anybody, well, you can, as it is your body, but what is best for your body is you find out what it feels like on your hand first, and you have a better understanding how that operates, right? And then you can play around with it as well, right? Turning it on and turning it off, and different size and mode as well. So that being said, this is the big difference between the 5th house and the 8th house. You see the whole different perspective, the difference between the 5th house and 8th house, right? You can definitely have fun with this with your partner as well. Some people have orgasm internally and some people have externally. Everybody's different, so that's what I really like about these toys in general. That being said, I want to conclude our videos today, and I want to thank WeVibe for allowing me to demo these toys for you guys. So everything that I have talked about today, there will be a link down below, and I'm hoping this will enhance your 5th house and your 8th house as well. So that's really important as well. All right, that being said, I want to thank you so much for taking the time for watching me and allowing me to introduce you something new and different, obviously, in my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye now.